Okay, here's what I did with my Razor MX650 build. I'm using the factory forks that were on the bike. I just bought a Amazon spring upgrade kit for the forks, and the spring is more robust, a little bit stronger. It's longer, 2 inches longer than the original spring, but these bolts were pretty far in the fork tube, so I had to get a extension, pretty long one, to get it out. And when I used that bit, it stripped the bolt immediately, so I had to buy a special like torque bit that kind of locks itself in it when you twist it out. You'll see in a minute when I actually get the bolt out, but it took a while. It took like 30 minutes to get the bolt out. So once I finally got the bolt out, as you can see here, I had to use that bit on the end right there, and it just it screws into it counterclockwise and then bites into it, and I was able to get both of them out, and I had to use it on both sets of screws. The kit does come with new screws. There's the fork tube that obviously comes with the MX650. These bushings were kind of hard to get out too. I had to use needle nose pliers and a screwdriver. And here's the original spring and the bushings that were inside. Over there on the side is the new spring that came with the kit. I didn't get a good enough clip of it in front of the camera, but you can tell it's new, shiny, and hopefully it will work better than the original, being a little bit stronger. But we'll reassemble the forks, put them back on the bike, and you can see how the forks set on the bike right there. They're a little long. I think I have like a 14-inch tire on the front. It's kind of small tires, but this is a budget build. I'm really just working with what I got. I'm kind of just tidying up the bike, burning off that straps loose end so it doesn't unravel, cutting the tail ends off of the zip ties. I did want to keep this as much as a budget build as possible. Like, I've probably only spent around $1,200 on the whole thing, and I would have spent less if I would have known exactly what I need, but I had to reorder parts and stuff. For what I've spent and from what I got, most of it's from Amazon, but the controller is from the YouTuber Raspy Rides website is where I ordered that from. The hub motor and the battery, the throttle, I mean everything else that's not the bike itself is basically from Amazon. And I've had the bike I've had the kit itself probably for like 2 years, maybe a little bit less, and it's been on a couple different bikes. It's been on a Pocket Mod, and then it's been on, if you see, you'll see in my old videos, a red mini bike frame. I do like this frame the best, the MX650 frame. I just think they're more capable of withholding the power. Obviously, you see everybody's builds out there with an insane amount of power. So they're definitely built the best. Now the stock front suspension on it, I'm not sure. We'll see how that does. These rear shocks that I got off Amazon, they're air shocks. They seem to work pretty well. They definitely hold the weight that they say they're going to hold. It's just how smooth your ride is actually going to be with it. But I switch over to a 750 pound rated shock, which you'll see in a second, versus a 1,000 pound. And the 750 is slightly longer to kind of compensate for the 2-inch extension on the front. And if you see it standing, it actually sets pretty nice. The back tire's 12, the front tire's 14, so I don't know if it looks good or not, but anyways, there's the 165 millimeter 1,000 pound shock versus the 750. And I think the 750 is maybe like 170 millimeters, probably. They were both cheap. They were probably 25-30 bucks, obviously, to keep the whole thing super cheap. I did have to put that stool underneath the back tire with the swing arm because it kept falling. So we got that handled. I'm gonna take it for a test ride and we'll see how it does.
In audio.
So there he is.
In audio.
So coming up here.
He didn't care at all. He nodded his head.
No, he didn't care.
Okay, so coming up on this turn, you can see if you look at if you look at the buildings in the background, they look like they're almost underwater. Like they're so wavy and like it's like bending with every turn that I take. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's doing it. So yeah.
In audio.
don't want to get no flat. I don't have the front tire for this.
For that. Turn around. I thought maybe we'd get back up on a trail up there, but
Well, I mean, it's all water too. You wouldn't be able to. You'd have to carry it across.
you'd probably walk in
We're out here. I dropped my helmet in the water. Got it absolutely soaked. Lost my mic to it. I'm on my backup mic. But yeah, anyways, the stock suspension I took apart and put springs in it to upgrade it. And then the rear suspension has an Amazon shock, an air shock on it, rated for like 750 pounds. And I mean, that's not bad. Like I'm sure you can tell by my voice, it's kind of bumpy and definitely put it to the test.
In audio. 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 In audio.
You don't need anything?